Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for September the 25th through October the 1st. I want to thank everyone for the love last week. I really felt the love. Thank you. And I would love it if you would give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, of course, and share if you feel inspired. Comment, give me feedback. I always appreciate feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. What else? This is your sun, moon, and rising. So if you know your moon and rising, you can click on the links below in the description box. Sometimes it takes me a day or two as I get all the videos uploaded, then I put the links in. So if they're not there immediately, check back in a day or two. And I should have them up by then. So without further ado, let's go to the cards, shall we? Now, on Monday, we have Temperance. Look, can you see this? Beautiful cards, right? They're new kind of cards I'm working with. Anyway, Temperance. This is about balance, right? It's about bringing balance into your life. So when Temperance shows up, it's saying this should be your mantra, everything in moderation. We're kind of coming into an intense time for some of us, right? For some of you, depending on what's going on in your natal chart. But we're coming, the sun, we just had the equinox on Friday, right? And the sun moved into Libra. And a couple of days later, so it should be like Monday or Tuesday, the sun moves into this powerhouse, this vortex. It's this energy of cosmic radiation and magnetism, and all these galaxies are swirling around. It's like such a powerful energy. So some of us are really feeling that powerful energy. And everything in moderation is your mantra, okay? And that goes for the whole week, actually. I would say that for the whole week, starting off on Monday. Everything in moderation, Scorpio. Now, on Tuesday, the Tower came up. Now, I never read cards in reverse. I just don't. I feel that the tarot tells its story. It's got a full story, and it tells enough of a story the right way up. But for some reason with this deck, I was compelled to leave it upside down. And what I'm getting from this card, and particularly as I look at a couple of other cards, is that your thought patterns, and this of course is a general reading, Scorpio. If you want a personal, more focused and reading for yourself, that information is in the description box below. So so when this card, I went to turn it around, and then I was urged not to, and I got the message that your thought patterns, right, are blocking you. So it's almost like you're burning yourself down like the Tower, right? This is not, normally this is a physical manifestation of something falling apart or falling away, losing your job, losing your apartment, something being taken away. But I got a very clear message saying that you are kind of blocking yourself with you're in your head way too much, and you're going over scenarios, and they're worst case scenarios, right, that you're doing, and what if and this, and you may not even be aware of how much you're doing this, and how, because this is such a powerful time, right, cosmically. It's amazing because everything is kind of going direct. We've had all these planets going retrograde, and now they're all going forward. And actually at the end of the month, I think it's on the 28th or the 30th, Pluto is standing still, right? And we're going to feel this a few days before and a few days after. and it's getting ready to go direct. So whatever Pluto represents is really coming up. So, you know, Pluto's kind of the underworld, kind of secretive, kind of things come up and things are brought up out into the open. It's also a planet of death and rebirth, which is really what this represents too. So it's about, you know, it's usually kind of a big, it's normally kind of governments and things like that Pluto, we're going to see something happening on the global stage, I would think, with our leaders. Let's see what comes to light with that. But I digress, right? So I mentioned that Pluto is a regeneration. So I'm getting that this is like a regeneration for you. Once you can let go of the being up in your head, right? It's come out of your head as much as possible, Scorpio. There's something that's, you know, you've either got too much time to think, or you're stressed out, and this is definitely saying change your thought patterns. Okay, change your thought patterns, because you're blocking yourself from going forward, and this is like a forward moving week, so you need to be on track with it, Scorpio. So then on Wednesday we've got the Four of Swords, which is like exhaustion. To me, this is mental and physical exhaustion. When this is coming up, when this comes up for you in a reading, it's saying, listen, you need to really sleep. You've got to have that time for yourself. I think that's what came up for you last week, Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. Take some time for yourself, meditate. Look, meditation's not a big you know, I wish there was another word for it, but when you get in touch with when you go inside, you connect with source energy, right? And source energy is nothing but peace, harmony, and love, right? And all the answers lie within us. This is an urgent call for you to take that time. And also, you can't be in this negative thought process if you're in touch with source energy. You're not, because you're filled with hope and happiness. Just so content to be with source energy. It's so all-consuming and just lovely. It's just a beautiful. It's like one big hug, you know. It's like one big nurturing hug. It's just beautiful. So listen, if you're not getting enough sleep, go to bed earlier. This is saying really take time out of the day for yourself, because you are not. You are doing too much and you're not taking care of yourself. So that's on Wednesday. So, you know, don't forget that. And, oh my goodness. I haven't got my glasses on, so I have to really look at this. Oh, this is... I have a feeling this came up for you before. I don't know if it was last week, but this came up a lot last week for quite a few readings. But this is the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is known as the drama queen card. Or, you know, this is another one. It's like, oh, I'm a victim, oh, woe is me, and I'm doing... I always say it's like it's martyrdom. You see, none of us have to do that much. We don't. We can ask for help, because, you know, I've had a lot of clients, they say, well, they should know that I need help. You know, people just aren't aware. They're not aware. A lot of people are completely self-centered and just, you know, they just like, oh, look, they work hard, they can really do it. And they kind of admire how much you do and say, wow, it's great. You know, they're doing all this work and they haven't even complained. That's amazing, you know. Meanwhile, you know, they're going around in a really shitty mood all the time, pissed off with everybody because they're doing everything and they think that people should offer them help. You know, people can't read your mind. Scorpio. Remember that. And don't blame them for not being able to read your mind. You need to ask. You have to ask for what you need. And you should have the courage to do that. It's okay, you know. And allow them to. Because by not asking them when you really do need the help, sorry, my battery's going, you're actually becoming a martyr to yourself. You know, it's like that martyrdom, right? It's like, no, I guess I'll do it all. And then you've got the storyline. You know, I do this all the time and nobody helps me. And nobody helps you because you look so proficient at doing it, and people don't think to ask your help. They think they'd get in the way almost, right? So this is also about allowing people to help you. You know, come out of your head and, you know, ask for your help. Ask for help. You know, people will help you. You just have to ask. And then, so that's Thursday. And then on Friday, we have the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups is a beautiful card, right? You can't, I don't know if you can see it because the lights, look, it's gorgeous. It's like a really deep, wonderful connection. This is, to me, the Two of Cups is like falling in love all over again. Now, what's interesting that in a lot of tarot decks, they're holding two chalices, right? And you see the reflection of each other in the chalices. And this is about treating people the way you want to be treated. And this is about, so this can be in relationships, friendships, but this is like, so if you think of yourself as reflecting in somebody's eyes, then you're going to you'll see yourself in somebody. This is a beautiful, deep connection. And this could be a really deep connection with someone that you're already in a relationship with. Or this could be for those of you who are single, then this could be meeting someone with whom you develop a deep connection with. So lovely, but just remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat them with love and respect. You know, this is also, I'm getting this, when you're in a relationship, it's very important to totally respect each other. Never call each other's other names. And, you know, if you already have started that, make an agreement and a pact and a contract not to do that, to go forward, because it's really important to show respect for each other. I remember learning that in a relationship, because I could be, you know, call names. If I was pissed off or angry at someone, I would call them names. And then I met someone who said, please don't speak to me like that. And it was this, you know, big guy. And I was like, oh, okay. And we had this really nice relationship where it was very respectful to each other. Even when we were both really angry, we were always respectful. So that's really nice on Friday. Now, on Saturday, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, I love this card. This is a beautiful, this is like really, this is someone, can you see that? The Nine of Pentacles. This is someone that's not come from affluence, but has really worked hard. And she's looking at what she's accumulated and the work that she's done. And she's feeling very proud of herself. And she's looking at it and she's feeling very proud of herself. This is, you know, this is a success card from hard work and determination. And this also is saying, don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your, keep the course. Sometimes we don't get exactly what we want back when in the time frame that we want it, but sometimes that's in divine time. But this is like, look at all the work that you've done and pat yourself on the back and say, wow, I've really come a long way. Look at all the things that you've learned and give yourself a pat on the back for the things that you've learned. You know, this is about praising yourself, right? This is about using kind words and really saying, wow, I have come a long way. I've done a lot. You know, because it's so easy keep the blame, you know, oh, you're not this good enough, you're not smart enough, you haven't come far enough, you're just a failure. And it's very easy to go down that road. We can easily go down that road. How about saying, wow, you've really done well. I'm proud of you. Wow, look at all that work. You're really good. You are amazing. Because when you really look at yourself and you see the amazing you, all you can do is live up to that amazement. You know, I'm not saying be arrogant, but I am saying we are all amazing. And first of all, if we spoke to ourselves the way we speak, if somebody else spoke to us the way we speak to ourselves, we'd deck them, you know? So let's really bring ourselves up. Let's lift ourselves up, you know, and really acknowledge how wonderful we all are. And that's what I get with that card. So now, Scorpio, then we have the Knight of Pentacles. I love it when the Knight of Pentacles comes in. Listen, he's very fast. And this to me is an opportunity. This is an opportunity that's going to come up for you. That's what I'm getting with this card. And guess what? It's something that you're going to have to kind of make a quick decision on. Listen, this is fast energy. This is coming in really fast, okay? This can, you know, of course, it's fluid. It can be like the day before, or it can move into Monday. But I do see an opportunity coming up for you, and you have to kind of really weigh all options. I'm not saying take the opportunity, because you should always look at opportunities and see, you know, if it's viable or not. But don't make a decision quick, either yes or no, very fast, because guess what? This guy does not hang around. He's got so many damsels in distress that he has to save, and he's off to the next one. If you don't want him to save you, then he's moving along. He hasn't got time to wait around for you to be indecisive. So this is saying, be decisive, Scorpio. Really look at your options very fast. Think on your feet. Go with your gut feeling, you know? Your intuition, and you are a water sign, let's face it. Your intuition and psychic abilities are really enhanced, right? And this is a perfect time to move forward. Change, you know, change the way you're thinking, your internal dialogue. Start to bring yourself up and say how wonderful you are. And, you know, if you have to, practice in the mirror like Louise Hay teaches, you know, or taught, and, you know, say, I love you, I love you. And that, you know, that can be very uncomfortable and very difficult at times, but it's so important. If you don't love yourself, how can anybody else love you? Really, you know? Anyway, so Scorpio, get out of your head. 3 deep breaths. Oh, I already feel different. You see, it's an altered state. As soon as you do that deep breath, it's wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in, Scorpio. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.
For a personal reading, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.